What's up? It's your boy Western World One. Check it out. I'm on lunch break right now, so y'all might hear a little noise in the background. Paying no mind. But I want to share my thoughts today about stock market sharing. And basically, stock market sharing is just basically you have stock and you sharing it, right? Perfect example. Let's say I have a business, Western World One, and it's a bakery. The bakery needs $100,000, right? I have 50,000, but I would need 100,000 or 50,000 more to operate the business. So what I would do is I will ask investors like, hey, do you want a piece of my business? And what I'll do is I'll find some investors or whatever, however the breakdown is, and I'll just do it simple as two, right? I found two investors. They say, okay, well, I'll invest 25,000 apiece. So that means that they each will have 25% of shares in my company, meaning that's a percentage that they would get. So now I have the money to operate the business, right? And what it entails is, let's say I do real good. Let's say I do 100 grand. So what happened is, by them investing 25 grand, they would have made their money back. They would have made 25,000 in profit off of investing into the company. They get 25% of whatever was made of that year. And companies does this because they don't want to go to a bank. You know, you could easily go to a bank and say, okay, cool, I want to take out a loan for 100 grand, but you have to pay it back. You have to pay the 100 grand plus whatever interest that accumulated or over the course of the period of time that you took out the loan. But instead of doing shares, I don't have to pay that back. So they basically taking a gamble with my company, saying, okay, I'll put the money in to see how it does. And if it does horribly, then guess what? Yeah, you'll lose you'll lose what your percentage is. But if it does great, then you will gain your percentage. And that's basically all I really wanted to share today, was what stock market sharing was. And people get it mixed up with stock and shares. Stock is really the product or the company or the entity. Shares is what you get is a percentage of whatever that person has within that company. You just want to get a percentage, which is a share. All right. I hope that helped out, because the reason why I did this video was because I keep looking this way because of the camera, but it's actually right here. The reason why I did this video is because I asked 10 people, and out of 10 people, 7 people only knew I'm sorry, 7 people did not know what sharing is with the stock market. The other 3 was just a little bit familiar because, 401k, 457, of those nature. So they kind of have a little bit of idea of, yeah, okay, you put money in, you get a percentage. But with this Robinhood app, it pretty much breaks it down, which I will have in the description below. You could just grab that app, that Robinhood app, click on the link, grab that Robinhood app, and you on your way. I get a free share, you get a free share. So I'm doing this personally. I'm not a Robinhood affiliate or nothing like that. But I just like the actual app because it breaks down these type of things. And man, I'm not a pro at this. I'm still learning. But I feel like by me doing this type of, sharing my thoughts, tutorials about stock market sharing or anything like that, you could probably rewind this video and learn something from it. Share it with your kids, or share it with your loved one, your husband, your wife, and now you'll get a pretty much of a breakdown of what stock market sharing is. And I'll just do a quick recap. Stock market sharing is, I have a company, Western World One. It takes $100,000 to run it. I have 50,000. I would need another 50,000. So I go out and find investors. I found 2 investors. They both put up 25,000 apiece, which gave me the $100,000, right, to do what I need to do for the business. However, let's say the business did good. They get their 25,000 back plus the percentage of the company, right? So by them putting up the shares, companies asking for shares, they don't want to go to a bank and ask a bank for a loan, because if they go to a bank, then what? They will have to pay back the loan plus the interest. But this way, it's pretty much a fair game. I don't have to pay you guys the money that you had invested into the company. I just have to produce, do my part. If I make good cookies, guess what? We got what? I don't want to say chips, but we got them, right? All right, man. That's all I want to share with with you guys. Thanks. Like, share, and subscribe, man. It froze up. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, hit that thumbs up button. Peace out. I keep looking this way, but the camera's right here. Keep looking this way, but the camera's right here. I'm getting the hang of this, y'all. Hey, don't count me out yet, Camp. Don't count me out yet, Champ.